they've been on the ground, they work things out, things that you don't even see. Sometimes they have to bring all those things out for you to also have a feel of it. And so, like I said, I'll do the honor by mentioning their name again. We have Shadow GH. He is a renowned and enthusiastic, blogger in the space of entertainment. We have the chief blogger. Yeah, so the chief blogger is also one of the realest, bloggers in Ghana and even beyond. And so our discussions today are going to be very, very interesting. So do join the conversation live on Facebook, Aitv TV Live, and send in your comment and your intake, whether or not we are making sense or not. We want you to also be part of the conversation. I want to start with you, chief blogger. We saw, this banter for the bag with Burna Boy and Davido. Just when a fan actually came to commented under his post that he lost the Grammy for, I think, 4 consecutive times or so. Do you think it is right for us to be comparing Davido and Burna Boy? Because looking at the credential of this or their track record, I feel each of them are doing well in their respective way. Okay,
I'll say thank you very much for this opportunity. Big shout out to everyone out there watching me.
Great.
Yeah, to your question, Davido and Burna Boy, I would say they don't need to be compared, because the time Davido came to the timeline, time I will be named Davido, Burna Boy was not there. And talking about what happened on Twitter, actually what happened was that someone posted a video of Davido that was interviewed and on what do you call it, a particular station that was in Ivory Coast. So the video that the person posted, I don't know, I've forgotten what that particular person wrote. Then the video commented, Burna Boy himself commented on the video and was like, wahala. And that particular fan came and commented like saying the video, Burna Boy was nominated for 4 categories or so in the Grammys, and he couldn't even get one. And he added Ode. And in Nigeria too, when he say Ode means Jimmy Fota. What did I make an say?
Yeah.
So then Burna Boy was like, the person that woke us or Ode no. Oh no, we profile pic no so.
Yeah.
What did I make an say? Your question is what do you call it? The video. You Burna Boy, I quite remember some time ago, Davido categorized you as a new cat. One year, he was like on your new cat. So I didn't tell Davido, I said Davido cat's a new cat, and also be done a different issue. So why should
that's the picture on the
this particular video.
So okay. So Burna Boy, this one say Burna Boy explaining to Ivory Coast fans why they shouldn't transfer him there. Yeah. Okay.
Then he wrote wahala on it.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, say bottle 4 Grammys, Interesting. So the actual joke is in your display pic. That's the DP. Yeah. Anyway, you were making a point. Talk to us.
So this was what that particular fans wrote. And what do you call it? Burna Boy was like, the one on your display is the joke, as in the. So, and yes, you could check here and also Davido. And also. So means indirectly
is talking to Davido.
What did American say? But why didn't you say Kasa? We are celebrity. You should know say Twitter. Twitter app we are on Uniakuma on 20 me Twitter fan because Minister Akumano. What did American say? Let me Twitter there. What did American say? So you can't say because of waiting, Oh, but if Davido to see, they definitely Davido have seen this. So if Davido to see this and now say be also take action or something. I think I'm because when the music industry na one you know Pentoquad and Tena Davido and the Burna Boy. And Burna Boy to the time Davido no where was he? What did I make an answer? No matter what, you should know say Davido is senior.
So what I want to understand is that this actually forth and back conversation was actually between a fan, okay, and then the main artist, that's Burna Boy. Why would he involve Davido?
You know what I'm saying? So that was what I was saying. Say, ultimately, say, one time, okay, with Davido calling him a new cartoon, ultimately say a shiny trim. Say no matter what, you be mafia. Okay. What did I make? Though there's beef be in your muntemu, They don't have any beef between them or something. But a shiny trim. What did I make an answer? Who say Obu on my be face to face, move a bonk about when you papa. That's what I
Let me move to Shadow. Shadow, I want to understand. We all understand, and then we know the fact that when it comes to Nigeria artists, they support themselves. It's not like in Ghana here, we have the loggerheads and all that. But clearly, it looks like it's the same track. Or do you think there's an agenda they are trying to promote?
Personally, I would want to say that it's an agenda they're trying to promote.
Okay.
Nigeria is a huge market in Africa. After that, South Africa, when it comes to numbers.
Entertainment and stuff.
Exactly. For entertainment, thank you. Now, when you look at Davido, the brand Davido, and the brand Burna Boy now, they are both at par now. You understand me? But for a fan to write something like this, and Burna Boy coming back to also reply, I think initially it was just for fun. But for the fan to have said that, or they mean what? Fool. That is quite harsh. And since you are insulting me as a fool, on Twitter you have bot accounts here and there. So you could have been one of Davido's bot accounts. Nobody knows. I'm not saying that it is. Okay. It's just an assumption. Yeah. So if it is what it is, then he was right to also have replied that the actual joke is in your display picture. You understand me?
The problem here is, for me, I'm not going to blame the artists. Yeah. I'll blame the bloggers. And it was very good that you people are here today and want to find out. Why do you people like, hammering on the negativity stuff than the good one? Because Davido, filled the O2 Arena recently. Exactly. And that has been shut down. Yeah. We saw a couple of people. We saw this guy, this living legend who performed at the closing ceremony at the World African Cup. I forgot.
Alpha Blondie.
Alpha Blondie.
Yeah, exactly.
You people are not like the bloggers. Why do you do this?
Do you know one thing? In our space here in Africa, or let's say in Ghana, we thrive on negativity. That's the truth. So, and in marketing, you should know that it's business. It's show and a business. You understand? So, just to go off track a little bit, when you look at Shatta Wale, he always says that he's a businessman when it comes to entertainment. Okay. So whatever he's doing whilst entertaining is purely business. Don't think he's just there doing it. There's an end to it. So for me, I think the bloggers always do that for business so that they can also earn. Yeah. You understand? Because in our society here, people are quick to pay attention and listen to things that are driving on negativity. Yeah. Yeah. You understand me? Imagine Alpha Blondie, a senior musician who has sung for how many years? He's a legend. Yeah. He's a Hall of Famer in Africa and across the world. You understand me? Yeah. But we are not actually talking. We only spoke about him on the final day of the AFCON. After that, he's not even trending. But look at Davido and Burna Boy. This issue has been trending for the past 1 week. And the fan base of Burna Boy and that of Davido is very huge.
Very, very huge.
So you can imagine if you have about 100,000 people from US and for Davido, and have about another 200 or 150,000 for Burna Boy from UK, and they all move towards your article or your post, that is huge for you.
That is huge.
You understand me? So always down here, people try, even if it's a positive news, they try to look at the little negative news in that positivity and bring that one out first for people to try and indulge themselves in that conversation before bringing out the good ones. Okay. So for me, I think it's purely business. They also want to, and I understand them. But I personally don't subscribe to that anyway. Okay. You understand me? I don't subscribe because more often than not, when you try to drive on negativity, when there's no negativity, that means you are not relevant. You understand? So I personally don't subscribe to that. But it's a space that we find ourselves in. So if Chief will agree with me.
So what would be your final take on this particular? Do you think it's something, like he's saying, that we all find ourselves around that particular corner? Exactly. And it has to happen. Yeah. Do you think we should encourage this,
Okay, you see, to add up to what you said, me personally, I've encountered so many challenges or situations whereby if the thing a negative vibe, no one
that's the truth. That's the truth.
And I quite remember that was 2020. Yeah. I wrote an article about Ejaku. Okay. I don't know, Samuti, I almost see Ejaku. I was the one who wrote that thing.
Okay.
Because now me per se me trend I just want something to trend. And
How would you do that?
Okay, you see, I was a young blogger coming up. What I say, and I say me pray. What did I say?
I understand.
So I saw that particular post on Oprah Mini. Yeah. Oprah Mini, no, the way Oprah Mini frame me, me man frame me, sir.
Okay.
What did I make? Am I could done the same baby? Am I just could have a chimney too?
I bet you.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
What did I make?
I think I'm trying to remember that story.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
At Chepa, that was 2020.
Yeah.
What did I make? Say it's negativity, no SLA. What did I make? Say and with the Benna Boy and the video issue, no, fine. But Benna Boy and ye then things. Me I see say Benna Boy and ye.
Oh, yep.
The way our team we hear even when I can be before even when I want to own sort that particular person are you are the fool rather than say PVB na catch you. What's the American say? But then China say with me could do be what team baby like at them. And now shadow the American
o meti dia o kana se pa.
But
I think say also yen for on say or replying in that sense, no. We say it has kept the conversation going for more than a week.
Okay.
So
I see it as an agenda.
You are coming from aspect like an aspect here to say agenda being
exactly.
Pushy,
yeah. So I say.
Okay.
They all need it.
They all need it.
They all need it.
Your final take on this before we move.
Personally, I think it's even though they are at that level of their career, at the peak of their career, they all need agenda here and there to trend sometimes or to get their projects out.
Okay.
You understand me? So personally, I think.
So are you advising that we should indulge ourselves?
No. Personally, I don't advise people to do that because the very moment you don't have anything negative to thrive on, you are irrelevant. Okay. So personally, I always encourage people to create relevance, have value first. When you have value, everything will fall into place.
Let's take Shatawale for instance. Yeah. Why is Shatawale always on
exactly.
Shatawale or drop a song at Chepa. But why is he always on the news? Because of the negative stuff.
Negative stuff.